The 2024 presidential election presents a stark choice for American voters, particularly regarding education. President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris offer vastly different visions for the future of American schools. Their contrasting backgrounds and policy proposals reflect a fundamental disagreement about the role of government in education. President Trump champions school choice and free market principles. His administration advocates for school vouchers and charter schools to empower parents. Vice President Harris emphasizes strengthening public education and addressing inequities. Her platform focuses on increasing funding for public schools and supporting teachers. These divergent approaches reflect the broader ideological divide between the two major political parties. The 2024 election represents a pivotal moment for the future of American education. The contrasting approaches to education extend beyond the presidential candidates to their running mates, further highlighting the ideological divide. J.D. Vance, President Trump's running mate and author of Hillbilly Elegy, is a staunch advocate for school choice. He argues that empowering parents with options, particularly through vouchers and charter schools, can break the cycle of poverty and provide underprivileged students with access to better educational opportunities. On the other hand, Tim Walz, Vice President Harris's running mate and former governor of Minnesota, is a lifelong educator and champion of public education. He believes in strengthening public schools through increased funding, teacher support, and equitable resource allocation. Walz argues that investing in public education is crucial for creating a more just and equitable society, providing all students with the opportunity to succeed regardless of their background. The perspectives of Vance and Walz underscore the fundamental differences in how each campaign views the role of education in society. For Vance and the Trump campaign, education is primarily an individual pursuit, with parents empowered to choose the best options for their children. In contrast, Walz and the Harris campaign view education as a societal good, emphasizing the government's responsibility to ensure quality education for all. These contrasting viewpoints have significant implications for how each campaign would approach education policy if elected. The education policies pursued by the Trump administration and advocated by the Harris campaign further exemplify the stark contrast in their visions for American schools. President Trump's signature education initiative, the Education Freedom Scholarships Program, promotes school choice by offering federal tax credits for contributions to scholarship-granting organizations. These organizations then provide scholarships to families, enabling them to choose private schools or other educational options outside the traditional public school system. Conversely, Vice President Harris has proposed a significant increase in federal funding for public education, particularly targeting high-poverty schools. Her Education Equity Act aims to address the funding disparities between wealthy and poor school districts, a long-standing issue contributing to the achievement gap in American education. The act would provide additional resources for teacher salaries, infrastructure improvements, and expanded access to early childhood education programs. These policy differences reflect the fundamental ideological divide between the two campaigns. The Trump administration's focus on school choice aligns with the Republican emphasis on market-based solutions and parental empowerment. In contrast, the Harris campaign's prioritization of public education funding reflects the Democratic belief in the government's role in ensuring equitable access to quality education for all children. The 2024 election, therefore, presents a clear choice for voters regarding the future direction of American education policy. The contrasting education policies of the Trump and Harris campaigns have real-life consequences for students and families. Take Diana Reyes, a single mother in a low-income neighborhood in Los Angeles. Her children attend an underfunded public school lacking essential resources. Diana wants a quality education for her kids but feels trapped by the limitations of their school. She dreams of a better school but can't afford private tuition. Trump's Education Freedom Scholarships could help Diana afford private school. Critics argue these programs divert funds from public schools, worsening inequities. Harris's proposal to increase federal funding could improve Diana's local school. The debate on education policy impacts families like Diana's, highlighting the stakes in this election.